It's funny being sisters because it's like with best friends, like I feel like I can like have these convos and feel chill.
Yeah.
But as sisters, I'm like, yeah. Like, let me like not think about this like as you're telling me, but like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the All Nighter Podcast,
Where the insomniacs come to get silly.
and we're your hosts, Ashlyn Benson, Alexis Leach, and Rhonda Lou. How's everybody doing?
You know, lacking sleep, but good. You know, I think it's appropriate for this podcast.
Right, exactly.
I was up all night editing that video that you commented on this morning.
Uh-huh.
And my God, dude, I thought, like, when I first exported it, it did it entirely without the video.
Mm-hmm.
And I had taken all that time to put all the text and stuff.
Oh, damn.
So I had already deleted all the raws, and I was like, dear God. But then I went back into Clipchamp, and it saved it to the cloud or whatever. So I was just able to export it again, but I didn't know why it, like, didn't have the video in the first place.
Oh, damn, dude.
But yeah, I was like, I'm never going to put freaking words again if I lost it for good.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, I didn't go to bed till, like, 7 this morning.
Oh, my God.
Like, when I posted it, essentially, was when I was going to sleep.
Oh, my God. I mean, that's kind of how I used to, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Videos
dude.
and stuff.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know what's crazy is there was this one time that I posted a short of us at, like, 3 a.m., and that it got the most views, the quickest I'd ever seen.
It's when everybody's up scrolling.
I know. I was
Scrolling
like,
their
that must be when people are just like, you know, laying in bed going
Yeah.
through their shit.
That is one of the popular times.
Yeah.
Because it got like over
Or like
1,000
waking up
views.
early for like early morning jobs or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah. But
Because
yeah,
I mean, I wake up at like, my alarm is set for like 4:45.
yeah, that's actually Chad too.
Yeah. And then I usually get up around like 5:30 or so.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
What time do you go to sleep most of the time?
I try to go to bed around like 9:30 or 10 if I can, but I am a revenge insomniac.
Yes.
So like I feel like I work all day from 6 to 6 pretty much every day of the week except for Wednesdays like today, and so I feel like I don't get enough time for myself. So then at night, that's when I do everything like watch TV or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Do stuff for
yeah,
you.
and it used to be really bad where I would be up like all night, but
That it's not sustainable.
no, it's not.
Yeah, that's very similar to like a mom's way of managing time for themselves too, because it's
Right.
like, yeah, sometimes the only time you get is when you are when the
Hiding in a cupboard or something.
it's at night and when everybody's asleep and you're like, this is my time to watch, because like, yeah, like I can't freaking watch Mormon Wives with Raya around. Like,
You
I mean, I
gotta be locked
try
in.
sometimes. But yeah, they be cussing a lot. I'm like, I miss
True.
when they used to bleep things. Like, we can still bleep it.
Yeah, which is interesting because I'm taking I fucking hate it, but I'm taking I can't remember the exact name of the class, but it's American Television and Society or something like that. And we just got done discussing like the FCC and stuff, and restrictions on networks bleeping out versus things like Hulu or HBO or what have you, where they don't bleep stuff out as much, because I mean that's on Hulu. And yeah, I just realized they do be dropping like the F-bomb and all that stuff quite often, and breaking out sex toys for their like sex toy party they had for Layla.
yeah. It's like, yeah, that one's really hard to watch around children.
Yes,
so it's
yeah.
kind of like
They are far more progressive than I would have expected.
So whenever I first started watching it, like whenever Ashlyn recommended it to me, I didn't think I was going to get this into it. And when I did start watching it, I was like, so how are these people like Mormons, because I mean they're clearly not following the rules of the church, right? So I think it was Ashlyn that I had talked to about it, and I guess a lot of them like aren't currently practicing.
Yeah, it's kind of more, I think, to help sell the show a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. And because like, I mean, I know Whitney practices is like still goes to the church and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Layla does, or did she completely break?
Yeah, I think Layla's completely out of it. But
because
like
she converted, didn't she? She wasn't originally a Mormon, and she converted to Mormonism, I believe.
I don't remember, but I just know she doesn't go now.
Right.
But like Jen used to be really, really like into it, and now she's kind of like a little unsure, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Like I remember watching season 4, she had talked about how she was kind of like having I don't want to say like crisis of faith, but was like talking to Zach about I think wanting to
like
go back to church.
Questions or something.
Yeah, yeah, and I think like some of them too are also kind of like Catholics, where it's like. Some people, it's like there's the Catholic who goes like, you know, several times a week, and then there's the one who just goes on Christmas and, you know, Easter or whatever. So it's like, I think it's kind of like that, you know, where it's like...
I think that's a great way to put it, actually.
Yeah.
And I think that there are plenty of people within different religious beliefs or whatever that, especially, I mean, I don't know, you know, like if they... Like, there are the Catholics that know that they are sinning or whatever, but then they go and confess, you know? So it's like... And truly, I think that's perfectly fine. Like, I mean, I think that that person is still practicing their faith in a legitimate way or whatever. Right. And probably the same for some of these women that are still, you know, within it, like you said, Whitney or whatever. It's like, yeah, she might be, you know, experiencing things outside of the realm of what is like orthodox or whatever. But not everybody is orthodox. And there are plenty of people that still have a faith that know that, you know, maybe they're not perfectly abiding, but nobody is.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
so
just
like,
trying to be more progressive.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, I honestly, I think that's great.
And it's just so funny to me because like they're always talking about like, you know, they can't drink coffee and blah, blah, blah. And then, but they'll turn around and fucking chug a 2-liter of Coke.
Yeah.
Like make that make sense. Like, cause I mean, coffee has caffeine and then like, you know, the soda has caffeine.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even know that there's really any scripture around that. I mean, I'm not as familiar with the Book of Mormon, I guess, but at least in the Bible, I don't know that there's any scripture around caffeine or coffee.
It like has to do with treating your body with
as a temple.
Yeah, and like not putting bad stuff into it. But I'm like, but it says specifically like in Mormonism that you can't drink coffee.
Huh.
Yeah, but they can drink like Coke and
but
stuff.
Coffee isn't even actually bad for you.
Hold on, let me
like,
look it up.
There's actually some health benefits to drinking like black
literally
coffee. As long as you're not overdoing it or whatever, but like a cup of it or whatever is actually pretty good for your metabolism and stuff. I'm personally a matcha person. I've been hooked on the matcha lately, and I was like, you know, those couple weeks where I was like, is my thyroid fucked up or what? I'm so tired. I didn't even realize I was like, I had been out of matcha for like like a couple, like a week and a half to 2 weeks or something, and I guess I just didn't realize what a substantial difference it has made in my energy and ability to process things when I first wake up.
Yeah, dude.
So AI says that the reason they can't drink coffee is there's in the Word of Wisdom received by Joseph Smith back in good old 1833 prohibits hot drinks.
Oh, okay, so that's why they drink Coke.
Yeah, because I guess so. Can they drink iced coffee?
Yeah, I mean Taylor she's like drinking iced coffee like in every episode.
Oh shit, I never peeped that.
Yeah, like I mean, you know,
that makes sense.
It's very interesting. I mean, they're even like, I mean, even when it came to like being gay, they're like, because they're very like gay rights, like they're for it and stuff, and they're like, you know, the way that the girls are like describing that, they're like, the church is just like old and they just like not with the times. Like,
literally,
being gay is fine, you know, like. So,
like I'm pretty sure that's
awesome.
Exactly what Layla says.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
And so, you know, like, I mean, it seems like, you know, they are trying to kind of like break a lot of like old time standards that were held for like Mormon women.
That's great.
And I mean, I think that's like there's an appeal to the show with that, but then there's also if you hear something, it's not me farting. It's just like
It's
the way
the
I'm
chair.
like squeaking on this. But at some point in pregnancy, maybe it will be farting. But but the other appeal is they're also young moms, and so like that is also I think like
Because how old is Macy?
I think she's 32.
Isn't she the youngest one?
Layla's the youngest one.
How old
She's
is
like
she?
23 or 24 maybe.
And then
now.
Demi was only like 21, wasn't she? How old was Demi? No, she was older.
She was
in
older. I
her-
think Michaela was. I just know Layla's the youngest one.
Michaela's the one I'm thinking of because she was really young when she got married, right?
Well, she got with Jace when she was 16 and he
Yeah.
was 21, and then I think they got married a little later, but
Or had a baby together. Really
Yeah.
young. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very interesting too. Just, I mean, I think like, you know, when it comes to like both like Macy and Michaela had babies really young, where it's like sometimes there's so much pressure about like not having sex. Like sometimes it makes the opposite happen, especially when they're like, don't have sex, but also we're not going to teach you about protection, you know?
Right.
And so then it's like, okay, well then they're going to get pregnant, you know, like, but I mean, it's a really crazy show. I mean, I definitely feel like at this point though, like with Taylor, like they're kind of exploiting. I mean, like that's the thing with like reality TV. Like I'll go onto threads and people are like, oh my god, like they shouldn't be. There's just certain things where people are like, oh, this shouldn't happen or on reality TV, but it's like that's what reality TV is. Like I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, just like every reality show has some sense of exploitation,
Some degree of it,
which
for
is
sure.
usually exploiting their vulnerabilities, their weaknesses, and their mental states.
Yeah.
And so like, but I mean, like a reality show like HGTV is going to be more chill on that, you know?
Yeah.
But like on these shows, like it's way more, you know,
Like that's kind of the plot.
I think that's why they've made Taylor and Dakota like such main points, but it is at this point because like there's like this whole stuff, girl.
Girl is toxic.
Like she
Oh, no.
like basically Taylor and Dakota have like the most toxic relationship. They have a kid together, you know. He cheats on her all the time. Then she's like, you're a piece of shit. And then she ends up sleeping with him again. And everybody's like,
it's just
what
a
the
vicious
fuck?
cycle.
And but then she's going on The Bachelorette, you know,
Yeah.
like to find love. But then even after The Bachelorette was filmed, like they just now paused season 5 production because they had a domestic violence like thing happen. And like
Back in
he
season
called,
1.
well, just recently with this one.
Well, I think it's still in regards to season 1 though, because
Is
everyone's
it?
talking about like how it was like in regards to when she threw a chair or something, and in season 1, that's whenever they're having that domestic dispute and the cops come out, she had like thrown a chair at him or something, and like all this other stuff, and then like someone was saying something about her kid got hit in the head, and I'm like, I don't remember her kid getting hit in the head. Like I think you're crazy if that would have happened.
That's where I was like, I thought like a different one had happened, but other than that, he was also had called CPS on Taylor for hurting Ever, which is her kid, but we don't exactly know yet. You know, I mean, I think in general too, just like I mean, with ET and everybody who's like reporting on it, you know, it's still like murky waters as far as what's facts and what's not.
Right.
Yeah,
all
and
we really know
all
is
those
that it's paused.
or shows, all those like reporting things. I mean, fuck, even fucking TP,
Even the news gets
even the
everything
news
wrong.
gets it fucking wrong. Have you guys seen all this Sean Six stuff all over the all over
What's that?
Facebook and stuff? So it's a I'm gonna talk about it because it seems sketchy as fuck, and
Okay.
they need to be looking into this shit because if so, this bitch is crazy and needs to be off these streets, dog. So sorry, that little hair was bothering me, so I ripped it out. So this dude, okay, there's a few different names, right? So Sean Six, real name, so cool. Like what? Last name Six? Like Sean Six? Like what? That's okay. Anyway, so Sean Six is this guy. Looks really fucking familiar to me. I must have seen him around rodeo or something because his face looks so familiar.
So he's a guy from Tulsa?
Yes, this all happened in Tulsa. So Sean Six, and then there's his girlfriend named Savannah. I don't remember her last name. I won't blast it because I don't want her to fucking come for me. And then this other dude named Hunter. So she was cheating on Sean Six with the guy with Hunter, right? So they lived in a domicile together, right? In
What's
this
a
house
domicile?
together, a home,
house.
Oh,
a house or place of residence.
Okay.
So they're living in this house together. as far as I have been able to find, allegedly, I think he lived there, like his name was, I think, the only one on the lease or whatever, what have you. And that she was just like a resident there, living there. So long story short, he finds out that she's cheating on him with this hunter dude. They get into a fight. He leaves earlier in the day. Comes home at like 3 a.m. The hunter guy is there. They're I don't know if they're fucking or what, but he's at the house. And I'm like, yeah, I would probably be hella pissed off too. So she changed the door code on him, turned the Ring camera off. Mm-hmm. Like he got there, the Ring camera was off. Probably, my guess would be she didn't want him to get a notification. Now I'm just now realizing this. She probably didn't want him to get a notification that hunter guy had shown up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also, I just think it's real sketch that they didn't turn it back on. In my personal opinion, I think that they lured him there because what ended up happening is he tried to break in, which can't break into your own house. He was trying to get back into his own house.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And long story short, the hunter guy shot him, killed him.
Oh,
he died.
He
ended up dying. And so at first I was like, damn, don't be trying to break into houses because the fucking thing got it totally wrong. Like TPD
the news
reported
source.
on it, or posted about it or whatever, and is like, man breaks into ex-girlfriend's home or attempts to break into ex-girlfriend home and gets shot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, he lived there. What are you even talking about? He lived there.
Yeah.
And like all of these different text messages are coming out, like where she's like talking about all this crazy nonsense. And I'm like, dude, I need to know what's going on. Because that's crazy. And it's sad.
That's crazy.
Especially for his family too.
Yeah.
Like if it was, like, you know, if they were posting all of that or whatever, and I'm sure they already kind of started to get hate from that, and then only to find that like it was his house.
Yeah. Because I'm like, it seems all pretty sketchy.
That is very sad. That's crazy.
And apparently, allegedly, this is not the first like crime, first of all, that she's been involved in, and secondly, a crime involving a death. I'm pretty sure there's been another man that has died where that she's been involved in it, allegedly.
Wow.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm like, what's going on, Tulsa?
Sometimes it can be the girl who's cheating and making crazy things happen.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've heard so many cases. It's always a bitch gone crazy when it, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of, Jodi Arias.
Oh, yes.
She's a prime example. Just so many, many. I mean, men are not always the ones that are dishing out abuse. It can definitely 100%. Be the women. I mean, shit, my an example of that. Fuck.
Wait, what? How?
My ex-wife, I won't bring her name up, but
she was very like psychologically abusive.
Yes, very much so. And I mean, there's proof of it. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I mean, she stabbed him in the chest with scissors. Like she's
I never.
Does he have a scar?
Oh yeah. We were talking about it the other day. Because he wanted to leave, and because she was abusive. Like he told me one time she kicked him in the face because he left a towel on the bathroom floor or something like that. Like he was laying down with his arm like this with his elbow on the floor, and she came up and kicked him in the face while he was watching football.
Wow, that's awful, dude.
Damn.
I mean, I don't know if she's changed or what, but.
Well, yeah, I mean,
damn, dog.
When the insecurity is taken to a certain degree, regardless of gender, I mean, it's like it can get really dangerous.
I don't know
really
how
fast.
they didn't end up on fucking investigative discovery, because I mean, like there was one time because she would follow and stuff, because
I remember that.
Yeah, she followed to her apartment and parked the car behind her car so she couldn't get out, and like went up to her window and was like, "Get out, blah blah blah," like, you know, what have you. And she's like, "You're lucky something because I've got a gun in my closet." And I'm just like, oh my god, let it go. Let it go, dude. Like, look at you now. Like, you're married.
Wild. Yeah,
it all worked out.
Yeah, well, and it truly, the best revenge is a life well lived. That is like one of the truest things ever. So it's like if somebody, you know, hurt you really bad or whatever, intentionally or unintentionally, like, live your life.
That's
Find what's best for
that's
you.
when you snap some pictures and put them on Insta and be like, look at my life. Look how good it is without
And
you.
just so no drama happens, you can leave that in, but as I'm telling it, like kind of like when I told the story and she bleeped it out and put young gravy over my mouth. We can like do something like that, but like you can leave it in because I do want to talk about it because it is very important to understand that both genders, what have you, can be abusive towards each other.
I can absolutely do that.
I did want to bring up, Alexis, I don't even know. Were you a Hannah Montana fan at all?
Hell yeah, dude. You see her comeback?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like freaking her 20-year, like freaking.
Anniversary.
I haven't watched anything.
Because you were kind of like in
Me neither.
between, Ron. Were you? Or did you love Hannah Montana too?
Literally, dude, in that 13-year-old birthday thing, you guys gave me a Hannah Montana CD, and I was like stoked.
Okay, I couldn't remember because like.
Oh wait, I think it was my 12th birthday. I keep saying 13th, but I think it was my 12th.
Yeah, I couldn't. Well, because I knew there was a point where you fell off with Miley at some point.
Yeah, well, so yeah.
Probably in her more like poppy era.
Yes, exactly. It's
slash
funny.
rap era.
Yeah, well, it was weird because like I
think you came back on when we went to the concert,
exactly,
and
that's what I
yeah,
was gonna
like
say.
Realize she's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, she's such a badass. But yeah, so like I really dug it in the Hannah Montana era, and like this is Miley Cyrus, that whole thing, because I'm pretty sure that was the album that you guys gave me. You gave me that and
it was the
Nickelback.
classic one. Yeah. What a combo.
I know, dude, for real. That's what I was telling Chad. But yeah, then there was like those several years or whatever in between that and Bangers that I was like trying, like Party in the USA, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was just like a certain like tone and quality to her voice that I felt like was just kind of processed in a weird way that made it sound more grating to my ears at that given time.
Like they're bleeding.
No, they were bleeding. They were just like irritated.
She's also just, as anybody does, just become more lyrically mature and stuff like that too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so, but I really
mean, that's how I was with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And I really love her unprocessed voice. I think that was a big part of it, honestly, is that like when she was still young, like they were just processing her voice in a way that almost was like highlighting the higher end of the spectrum when she actually has like a really nice low tone to her voice.
Yes.
And so, but yeah, when we went to the Bangers concert at the BOK, several years back, she made an absolute fucking
almost like 10 years
out of me.
Actually, it's probably
years.
12 or 13.
It's over 10 years for sure.
Because we were still in high school, right?
No, well, yeah. Well,
or
I
like
don't know
had just
if
graduated.
I was like 21 or 22.
Then I think I had just graduated. I think I might have been 19 or 20 because I remember I wasn't old enough.
We were listening to Bangers in freaking Dowlin's car.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God! Wow!
I just took you back, didn't I?
You really did. You really freaking did. But yeah, I remember that I wasn't old enough to go to Sound Pony because she did hang out at Sound Pony for a little bit after her concert, but I was too young. Yeah. So, and if I had been old enough, I would have been there so fucking fast.
And that tour was like, I mean, that show in general, I mean, we were up in the nosebleed, so,
yeah. But
like, it was a spiritual experience because I was going through a breakup. Like, I literally just got broken up with like a week before or something like that.
And she was going to go with the person.
Yeah. And,
it's always
God, it's actually so good that we're not together.
Same. Big time.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like, didn't I take your guys' pictures?
Oh God, no, that was.
He's still on my Snapchat. I still get updates, like notifications.
Sure he's still on mine too. Come to think of it.
But yeah, so like that was like, but she was going through a breakup with Liam at the same time or whatever.
Right.
So it was just so freaking good.
Synchronicity, yeah.
But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like I've been listening to Hannah Montana, like, just throwing it back. And then Hilary. Are you guys a Hilary
coming
fan?
And bringing it back, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
she's
yes,
got
yes.
some good stuff out right now.
Yeah, like I mean, they're both equal. Like I can't say like I love one more than the other because like
no, man. Hannah Montana or Lizzie McGuire is kind of like another.
You know, like that was such a like. I remember like getting in the fights with my mom.
I feel like if I had to pick one, I would probably have to go with Hilary because I remember singing freaking which one was it? Was she the one that did My Tears Fall something or
like when
falling
the
all
rain
around me or something like that?
Oh yeah,
Was
we
that
go back to the beginning. Yeah. Freaking yes, dude.
You're
I remember
unlocking
sitting
parts
in
of
like
my
the
brain.
back seat, like after fighting with my mom or what
Yes.
have you, being like looking out the window, like let's go back.
Yeah. Back to when like childhood was good. Yeah, no, I remember like fighting with my mom about Lizzie McGuire because like she was like, you are like acting so different because of the show, like you're like becoming so sassy, you know, and like talking back to me just because these kids in these shows talk back to their
As
mothers.
Lizzie McGuire was literally the most perfect child ever.
And like
That's why can't I just see her mom saying that? That's so funny.
Me too, dude.
I love it.
yeah, dude, like it was, but yeah, and then she would like try to like keep me from watching Lizzie McGuire sometimes. I'm like, you can never stop me, like, you know. Like,
Well, it's so
This
weird
is who
because I
am.
don't remember her ever doing that with me. Like,
yeah, because
I
you
ne-
got
they
the
never
easier.
They never do with the younger
Yeah,
one.
you got to date in high school, which probably still didn't end up working. Like,
Well,
out
I
on-
still had to wait till I was 15. That was always.
I had to wait till I was out of high school.
No, you didn't.
Well, it was like the tail end. They were initially saying 18, but it was only because I met John. Also, I feel like I can't. Well, like, I sound a little quieter now, but
I thought it was always like 15 or 16.
no, dude, I was not allowed to date at 15 or 16.
What?
I feel
Yeah,
like I
that's
feel
why I
like
was so
remember.
mad about it.
I feel like I
Oh,
remember this.
That's crazy.
No, it was only because I found John and I begged them, and which is kind of insane though, because he was like 22. At
Well,
the time.
I thought that was why. Like, I thought it was because he was older that they had they were like, you know, kind of more protective in that way. But I thought that you could date in high school as long as it was like somebody that was your
I
age.
was 15 when I had a crush on Aaron Powell, and yeah, we'll just keep that in there. And like, he like was like thinking, you know, like, yeah, he's like, I don't know, he was kind of like back and forth on me at the end of the day, but like, but I was like, Mom, please can I date, like we could go on a date to the movies, you know,
He
whatever.
likes me.
And she said no, and he's like, yeah, like I don't want to hurt you, like, because I was like, what, we can just do it behind their backs, it doesn't matter, you know. And like, and he's like, no, I don't want to hurt you, and like all this stuff, and I was like,
Oh my God, typical fucking
and then I said,
15-year-old
let's
boy.
go back.
Back before I had this freaking crush, Mom. I hate teenage boys.
Oh my
I went to fucking Walmart last night and remembered even more why I hate teenage boys, because these teenagers were running around in Walmart while I was looking for something, and I paid for my stuff, and then because you know I'm already annoyed because my Walmart has changed, and I'm like, God. And then these stupid boys are just running around causing a ruckus, and I don't know what they were doing, but they ended up purchasing some a bag of ice or whatever. And you know they have those ones that have like the little pulley top that pulls it tight and then you tie it or whatever. It was one of those, and they're just acting so stupid, and we're walking out, Jordan and I, and they're like running to their car, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know the top was open. And they're like throwing ice at each other, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get to my fucking car. I'm so tired. I just want to go home. I've been at work all day. I hate all of you.
Dude, when like a
Please don't hit my
gaggle-
car with a piece of fucking ice.
when a gaggle of boys are together and they're just like laughing
It
uncontrollably,
just automatically gets so
you're just like, stop
lads,
it.
lads.
But
Stop
honestly,
enjoying
it's scarier
yourselves.
when a gaggle of young teenage girls are laughing, because it's like, what are you laughing at me?
Who are you making fun of right now?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go protect them.
Oh my God. But I mean, honestly, I remember being a teenager myself and just getting up to shenanigans at Walmart
Yeah,
for no
I mean,
good reason.
Yeah, they'll never understand that these days because now Walmart closes early or whatever.
I know, dude.
Ain't no more
Ridiculous.
24-hour Walmarts, and I'm convinced that's where America went wrong.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I've still seen them hang out in parking lots, you know. I feel like that's still...
See 'em
Now they're just like
moving
filming
around.
TikToks in parking lots, you know.
Yeah, instead, yeah. Yeah, that's the way, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They'll
I mean,
never know the joy of throwing some shit around and running off and making employees think it was your friend. And they're like, it wasn't me, I swear, like knocking down a can or something or whatever.
Y'all did like a straight up, I don't know if I was there or not, or if I'm imagining it, of like that Walmart or that photo shoot at Walmart. Like you took a picture.
It was Target.
Oh yeah, okay. Was I there? I don't think I was.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you were. Because we have some of you in there too.
The ones that I have on my Facebook where like I'm in a little fedora,
and you're holding like a SpongeBob. Yeah. Because like we're just like messing.
I think we were like, I think we were having like a contest or something on like who could put together like the funniest outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
And
like
then we were taking pictures or whatever.
Just being like silly as hell. That was good stuff. Maybe we can put them in there.
Yeah, that was good, clean fun. You know, I mean, we put all this stuff back. You know,
in its rightful places.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we were just
Rhonda always keeping us in check.
Like she was the one who was putting things back. Like we're just like dumping it wherever.
She's like, wow.
Yeah, I saw a post the other day that was like you get bad thrift karma or whatever if you don't like pick up a shirt that you drop off the hanger or whatever. And that's like always me. Like anytime I do that, I'm like, okay, immediately putting it back up.
I know. And if I come across one that's like had already fallen, and I'm just like, I'm gonna pick it up real quick.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it does earn you good thrift karma. I think you might find good shit after that.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
But yeah,
not that I'm throwing shit around in a thrift store, but
I remember this one time when we were at Walmart where like you were like, where you were like playing with shit, but then like you started doing almost like army rolls on the floor and shit. Do you remember that? It was like absolutely ridiculous, but so thoroughly entertaining. I'm pretty sure it was like really late though. I'm pretty sure it was past midnight.
Past midnight in the thrift store?
No, I said Walmart.
Oh.
I wish thrift stores were open that late, my God.
Like with your mom, like when we went with your mom one time?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we had like separated from my mom. Like we went off and explored in a different direction. And or maybe actually I think it was your mom. I think we were there late one time with your mom, and
that sounds more
likely. Yeah. Because and your mom never really seemed to care if we separated or whatever. She'd be like,
yeah, because like our mom would be like, where are you guys?
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like your mom.
But yeah, dude. But I'm pretty sure it was that exact same Walmart near our old house.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty small Walmart.
I wonder if like kids like still TP houses and stuff.
Bro,
oh, for sure.
I feel like kids are so lame these days.
I've definitely seen TP'd houses though.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not cool.
That's
probably not cool for the parents, honestly, because like that is like absolutely horrible, especially if it gets wet. Like to try to clean that up.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
That's why it sucks balls. Like you know. But like, it's so crazy to think to just like, I mean, because it's like basically the phones and stuff are a cure for boredom. So I wonder if like kids like just don't get bored as often. You know, they just go to the devices. Because like back like when I was in theater in high school, freaking we we had like one night where it was like boys against girls, and so like we were having a sleepover, and like they did their sleepover
the overnight thing or whatever.
And so like we would all stay up all night and then like go drive by each other's houses and like toilet paper or like throw eggs, or like there was one house where we put like a bunch of pads with ketchup on them and like spread them all over the yard. And like I can't remember if we actually got a hold of porn or if it was just like a sexy magazine and like ripping that all over and like putting it all over the yards and stuff. Like it was pretty that was like as wild as I got in high school. I mean, I never drank or smoked weed or anything in high school, so that was I was just like, this is exciting, guys. And like we'd like fill like water guns with like vinegar or something, and like we're just getting crazy.
From what I understand, eggs can really fuck up the paint on your car and shit.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. I mean,
she's like, yeah, I'm aware.
It can.
For legal purposes, this is all just a joke.
But yeah, I mean, I would have died if I did anything like that. I think I would have lost my mind.
You would have been
Yeah, your conscience would have plagued you at night.
Truly. I mean, I would have lost my shit, I think.
She would have been like, they're coming for us.
Which is kind of funny because like there was that one time, like, I mean, you were really, really little, but maybe you did end up like come and clean about it, about like throwing cheese out the window?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Because so I'll tell you the story. Okay, it was these Kraft American slices or whatever, and
I never knew why you did. Well, I guess to feed the birds or something.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I had grabbed like 4 or 5 slices, and because I loved the shit. I don't know. I was kind of addicted, but that particular day I could only get through like 2 or 3, and like mom was like, if you're gonna get that many, you better eat that many. And I was like, shit, I can only eat 3 right now.
Gotta get rid of this.
This stuff is so sticky. You know, my mouth is getting all weird. And
Oh God.
so
Just back there choking on cheese.
and so I threw the remaining like 2 slices, like I ripped them up and threw them out to the birds.
And you're like, oh
sure,
God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like 5, and then
She's like, what if the birds die?
I know, yeah, straight up. I was like, fuck. I was like,
Can
I don't
birds
even know
have
if they
cheese?
can eat cheese, especially American
It's
cheese.
processed like goop. It's not even cheese.
Yeah, and so, but then mom saw it, and she was like, well, how did this get out there? And I was like, listen, I couldn't finish the cheese.
let me explain. I clearly didn't get rid of the evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why didn't you just throw it in the trash?
I don't know. I didn't want it to go to waste because I think that was the purpose of what she was telling me. Like,
Okay.
don't waste it or whatever, eat it. But I was like, well, if I can't eat it, then I don't want it to go to waste. Yeah.
See, because like the wet, like I mean, especially like now, especially with like kids' toys and stuff. Like sometimes there's like these itsy bitsy like crazy things that you don't know what it goes to anymore. So you just like throw it away, but you have to like cover it with a paper towel or something. So then push it all the way down so that they don't see their little toys in the trash.
It's like
so
the
funny.
farm where the animals go.
Yes, exactly. They're
Oh my
going over the
gosh.
rainbow.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, there was a lot of shit that I would do like that as a kid, as far as just like it seeming nonsensical, but it made sense to my little logic brain or whatever.
Well, because like to me, I was always like, I wonder how mom knew she was lying. Because like sometimes she'd be like, she's lying. And I was like, that's, but some of the things you did, I was just like, whatever, like I didn't, I mean, I think maybe depending on when we got older, if I felt like some revenge was like, finally Rhonda got in trouble for something.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that was never good for me because then she got grounded. But from the older sister perspective, hell yeah. Anytime Jack got into some shit, I was like, fuck yeah, they see it.
Finally.
They fucking see it.
I'm the perfect child.
The other day,
so funny.
he had come over, I think it was either for my mom's birthday or maybe it was for the Super Bowl, but we were talking about something, and like when we were younger, he had taken my PSP and he had taken it to school, and I guess it broke while he was at school or whatever, like he cracked the screen and shit, and I was like, I can never have it, fucking anything. Because my mom was like, just let him use it, blah, 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 because he had broke his or something like that, and I'm like...
You're like, obviously he is not trustworthy.
Right? And so then he fucking broke it. And I'm just like, now, and then he said, yeah, I did that or something like that. And when like when it actually happened, he was like, what? No, it was an accident, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know how it happened. And then like the other day he's like, oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, it was broken.
It all comes out when
It was
they get
broken.
older.
I just broke it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You owe me a goddamn PSP.
Vintage, baby.
Vintage, dude.
Pristine.
Hop on eBay.
Find the exact video games I was playing on
Tomb
it.
Raider.
Hell yeah, that's
They
cool.
they released like the traditional, like the new, or like the oldest Tomb Raider game recently.
yeah.
I had just
Yeah.
seen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to download it because that was like one of the first video games
We
I'd
ever
ever
played.
played.
I love
Oh my god.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, it's so fun. It
Tomb
was so
Raider.
scary and fun.
All the James Bond games.
I didn't play those. Did you ever play with us like on the
Super
computer?
Mario. Yeah.
But like the the websites that we would go to for like the games, like there was one
Almost
with
like the Java games and stuff.
yeah, because
Mhm.
like I remember like a monkey,
A monkey.
like you know what I'm saying, like like, but it was on a website, like a monkey. I can't remember exactly what the game was.
I remember a lot more of like the Cartoon Network games, but maybe it could have been on that because there were a lot of different games on that
wasn't
Cartoon
there
Network.
wasn't there like
a
a Billy and Mandy game or something, or what were the ones that we were playing? Billy and Mandy.
Oh, Billy and Mandy.
Yeah.
I heard Billy and Mandy. I was like, what?
Well, yeah, Billy and Mandy.
Like the number billion. That's what I heard.
Oh, billion. I see.
Billy and Mandy.
Yes.
With the what was he, the Grim Reaper?
I think so.
Or was he just a skeleton dead man? I don't know. But it was creepy and it gave me good vibes.
But and then there was like even like Kellogg's. You remember like going on the Kellogg's website and like playing all the things with the cereal and
yeah, dude. Whoa. Yeah, because in like the Post website, which was like Kellogg's and all these different brands together, like fucking there was even like a game where you could just like design your own house and like collect all this cool shit and make it like modern as fuck and like whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa, dude.
And then now if you really want to go back, you remember going on to zoogdisney.com. And then the little Hercules game.
Yes.
And then did you ever play the Toy Story game with us, Alexis? But that was on a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
But that was so fun. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
They don't
and then
make
I
games
Am
like they
Sam,
used
or
to.
no, not I Am Sam, but like Sam of Pajamas or
Pajama Sam.
Pajama Sam.
Yeah. I loved Pajama Sam
Yeah, that
back
was
in the
fun.
day. Yeah, and then the Freddy Fish ones. You'd be like making drinks, sliding them down the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was
Bear in the Big Blue House. You remember that game?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, the little otters were my
We
favorite.
cracked ourselves up with those otters.
I know, dude. there were different scenes in that game. I wish I want to find like screen recordings of it or something somewhere because dude, the freaking puppeteers that were a part of that show, they were actually really funny.
You
a
remember,
lot of the bloopers or whatever are hilarious.
You remember Club Penguin?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, and then you guys got really into like webkins.
Webkins and Neopets. Yes.
And did you play the Toontown with us?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we would be like on the phone and chatting at the same time while playing Toontown and stuff.
And they're like, get off the computer.
Yeah.
No.
It was amazing when we finally had two computers at our house because then my dad could be playing and then one of us could be playing.
Yeah.
And then when dad was at work, both of us could be playing.
Yeah, that was
that was wicked. That was the coolest.
My God.
That's kind of the dream for me and Chad too. Like we want to be able to get another computer at some point where we can both play at the same time and play different games online with each other. Because there's so many games that aren't fucking like cross-platform. There's some that are, but I would give anything for more online games to be cross-platform. So then one of us could play on PC, the other one could play on PS5.
Right.
And obviously he would be the one playing on PS5 because I struggle with the sensitivity on PS5 when it comes to like
you grew up in a
shoot.
PC house.
Exactly, dude. We never had a console growing up outside of like Game Boys, you know. And so like, I mean, I would play GameCube at your house sometimes, but that was the closest I got.
That was probably my favorite console was GameCube.
I know, dude. It was actually a lot of fun. I remember playing Bully on there with you guys. I remember Red Dead. There was another one. I remember I thought Red Dead was so intense. Like for a video game at that time, I was like, wow, like they're really going for it.
I remember when I made you kill a cat on World of Warcraft.
Oh my God.
That was so funny.
Yeah, because so like there in World of Warcraft, there's these little NPC cats, you know, just running around. And she was like, I had a bow and arrow, and she was like, if you shoot them, like they won't die, like they're like immune. And so I was like, are you sure? And you were like, yeah, you can just like use them as target practice or whatever. And so I was like, okay. I shot it, and it made like this. Yeah, and I started crying so fast.
You were like, I killed it.
I know. Yeah. I was like 8 or something like that.
And I was just dying laughing.
Right, yeah. Because like I had been obsessed with cats up until that point. I don't think we had a cat. I'm pretty sure it was like for my 8th birthday that we got Winnie. And that was my first cat. But up until that point, I was just like in love with them and I wanted one so bad. And so, yeah, when I killed the few cats I got to virtually interact with, I was like, I'm a monster.
But I was the one who told you. So why didn't you think I was the monster?
Because I pulled the trigger, man. I was a ridiculous kid, man. And I did stay fairly freaking straight edge for so long. Like, I mean, I didn't smoke weed till I was 18 either. Like I made kind of like that promise to myself that like I wouldn't until then, because I was afraid that like it could affect my brain in negative ways or something.
Probably does.
Yeah, if you do it like under a certain age or whatever, I've just read different things about how it could like stunt growth or whatever. But past 18, it's like, you know, you're better off in that way. It shouldn't have any lasting impacts.
I know, it's kind of funny. Like there was like a point where I was like, yeah, like I'm never gonna try any drugs ever. And then, excuse me, I don't know, it was like in my early 20s where like someone had some weed and I was like, you know, yeah. You know, like I don't know what like changed, like you know, because I mean at that time I didn't really know enough about weed to know that like, you know, that it maybe is probably not dangerous, but usually the risk is just if it's like laced with something or whatever,
right?
You know, whatever. But yeah, that was but it definitely, I mean, it's better to do it with a friend than like some dude's house, you know, or whatever. Because like that was
100%.
He's like, you want to try, you know? And I was like, yeah. I mean, he was a coworker, like who probably, you know, had a crush on me or something. But it was just, you know. Random.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never recommend that.
Yeah, like do it in a safe space.
Yeah, do it with your
10 out
best
of 10.
friend.
Don't
He was
recommend.
fine though. He wasn't a bad guy, but yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad. But yeah, I mean, I feel like smoking with people that you're not comfortable with or you don't know very well, especially for your first several times or whatever, I would say no.
Yeah.
But with your best friends, hell yeah. And well, like for me, like the main curiosity I had with it, which ended up being true, is how it would affect my nausea. Because since I got like really sick at 15 and the gastroparesis kind of took hold and stuff, I'd been struggling with nausea like 24/7.
Yeah, I don't know how she was like lived. Seriously.
I appreciate that. But yeah, so I mean, I held off. Like, I held off till I was 18. So there was like 3 years of endless nausea. And at that point, I wasn't even getting Zofran. So I was just, you know, I was just living in it. And I had the nasal feeding tube too. So I was just like always having like sinus headaches and all this bullshit. And so, but yeah, then I tried it when I was 18 with Alexis and, cause I was around it all the time, like from 15 to 18, like friends would smoke around me all the time. And I, like, if they were hotboxing a car, I would just like hang out outside for a little while or whatever. And so, but then when I actually tried it, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, is this what everybody was talking? Like, it's so dangerous, you know?
Like I always assumed that I would be like hallucinating. It would be psychedelic, all this stuff. It was nothing like that. And I was like, but more than that, I was like, I feel so much closer to normal than I have felt in years. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And I mean, like over time, I realized like I would still get sick because, you know, with gastroparesis, it's like my everything that goes that way still has nowhere to go, you know, like it's not moving. So it will still come back up, but the severity of like the dizzying aspects of the nausea and that like mouth salivating stuff and just like feeling nasty and sweaty, that lessened substantially. It was far less dizzying. It felt like almost more like mechanical in a way. Like it was like it reduced the nausea enough to where it just didn't feel so bad. Yeah. And it's just crazy. And so, but like now, I mean, I rely on it far less than I did in my early days of smoking. 'Cause once I did discover that, I was like waking and baking for a while. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can enjoy things again.
Yeah, because like when you're nauseous, like I mean, especially at that level, it's like it's very hard to like get your mind to relax and like think of anything else, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like you're so uncomfortable.
You're so preoccupied with that discomfort.
Yeah, it's a very overwhelming sensation.
Yes, dude. And
so yeah, like then you could live like a regular person a little bit, and then it's like, well, yeah, like I think that's why people like, you know, who get cancer and stuff too, and they deal with the nausea from chemo. Yeah. It's like that's why, you know. I mean, also I think it's like painful to get chemo too, but
100%.
So yeah, it helps like ease all that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was so grateful for it for those years, especially early on, because I felt like it did just kind of heighten my quality of life to a different place that it hadn't been. On top of that, though, I did end up getting prescribed Kytril, which is actually a nausea medication that chemo patients use. My insurance now doesn't cover it, but back in the day I was getting it covered, and it was the best anti-nausea medication.
Really?
Like, truly the best. And I miss it all the time.
I'm sure it's probably like through the fucking roof expensive.
Oh yeah, no, for like literally, I think it's like a dozen tablets or something like that. It's like 1,027 or something like that.
That's crazy.
And yeah, ridiculous. I mean, it's brutal. I wish that it was still covered, honestly, because it was a game changer.
How much was it when
too.
it was covered?
When it was covered, I think it brought the cost down to like 12 or something like that.
That's fucking
insane, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
When I didn't have insurance for that 2 weeks when I was switching back to my old job, one, I tried to go to urgent care. It was when I had COVID and didn't know I had COVID. So I tried to go to urgent care. And it was like $200 just to be seen. And then my Lexapro without insurance is like, oh God, I don't even remember how much it was going to be, but it was going to be like well over $200 or something like that. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, like with Chad, like he's uninsured, though he's been at his job for like well over a decade, but the insurance that they offer takes like a decent freaking cut of their pay, and it doesn't even cover like mental health services. So like his mental health medication or whatever wouldn't be covered. He would still be paying out of pocket for it.
Does it not cover specialty services?
No.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. And so it's just like, so he just, doesn't have any insurance. Whenever he goes to the urgent care, it is about $250 or whatever. And then
it's probably gone up since I went, because that was a few years ago.
And so like he only sees his primary care doctor about once a year to get, his refills and stuff and kind of get those set for the year. And his doctor is fairly understanding, so he's comfortable doing that. But then every time he gets the medications, it's also like $200 or whatever. And it's just like, bro, like it shouldn't be like that whatsoever.
No, not for medications that people need like that.
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know.
And then they wonder why people go and like fucking shoot up hospitals and shit. They end up taking it out on the wrong fucking people. It's not the doctor's fault.
Yeah.
Unless they're the type that, are just like prescribing like pain and shit and whatnot. But
yeah,
that's a conversation for a different day.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's so expensive to get care if you are uninsured. And it's like, and I mean, a lot of the places that even accept Medicaid, like for me, I am insured with Medicaid, but there's only a select few places that will be covered by Medicaid. Yes, because they technically lose money on the dollar for patients that they cover with that. Different things like, dude, my freaking, I need to see an OBGYN. I've been trying to see an OBGYN at Tulsa Women's Health for a long time. I got in there like almost like 2 years ago, but since I've been trying to get in there, ever since like a lot of the laws have changed and stuff, I haven't been able to get in freaking forever. I've been on like a waiting list and stuff. And like, so, but my period has been coming earlier and earlier every month. This last cycle, it was only 17 days apart. And I'm like, bro,
what's that about?
Rude, for one, because it was like, I just, I had surgery last week and I was sore as heck from that. And then as soon as I started getting, less sore, period kicks in and I'm like cramping like crazy. And I'm like, son of a gun. And especially because it was only 17 days ago, I was like, why? But then I was looking up online and it said like different factors that can cause it to come early, but it has been coming early for the last like 6-7 months. It can be like stress, which like with the surgery kind of makes sense, and can also be thyroid issues, which again also have those. So it's like, but it did say though too, it's like you should see a doctor if this is happening in less than 21 day cycles or whatever for a couple of months or whatever. And I'm like, it's definitely been doing that.
So can you not go back and see Dr. Stevens?
No, she doesn't take Medicaid.
Oh,
No
I
one at
see.
Utica Park does, which Utica Park Clinic was like my main for a really long time while I was under Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I did really like them. I really liked the facility. I really liked, the different doctors that I had there.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them take Medicaid. So
you're still on the waiting list right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does it tell you like how long or no?
I think there was a time where they did tell me, but I don't remember what they said, like when I actually called them. I think at that point they had said like 8 months or something.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Can your primary not do a check on you? My primary does. That's who I...
She maybe could, but I mean, she's always, anytime I've talked to her about stuff like that, she's always tried to send me to a specialist or whatever. So I don't know if she just doesn't feel as well versed in it or something.
Right.
She's pretty well versed in a lot of other stuff, and she does help me a lot.
Well, I was just thinking like maybe you can at least get like a pap done or something just to see if there's any like weird abnormalities that.
Yeah, because there was different stuff, talking about that as far as reasons for it coming early, and like just different growths and whatever that can be benign or whatever or can be cancerous, but like it's just good to get those things checked out. And like I did have ovarian teratomas and stuff too, so some part of me is like, I better not be getting more of those. I'm gonna be mad because that surgery probably took me out the hardest as far as like.
I mean, that's a pretty
invasive one. Yeah, like they split me right down the middle. They had to reform my belly button. And I actually kind of like it better now than it was before. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Shout out.
Got that reconstructed belly button.
Yeah. Dr. Gold did a great job, but yeah, I mean, I would be so mad if I had to do that again, honestly.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, I feel like with the routine surgeries that I get done now, like I feel shitty for a while or whatever, but I can eventually be quasi-functional within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, bouncing back is exactly the right word. But with that, there would be none of that. I was like in the hospital for like a month and a half after that because I was just like, I was fucked up, man. I was fucked up.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And then my period was just gone for like 5 years after that.
Okay. I thought you were going to be like 3 months.
No.
5 years.
Yeah, it was gone for 5 years. They had taken out like pieces of my ovaries and stuff, but I was also just really underweight for a long time, so it was just gone. And like my doctor at Utica Park actually thought that I was going perimenopausal because it had been gone so long. She was like, normally like once it goes past like 3 or 4 years or whatever, it just might not come back. But once it did, I was like, hell yeah, I guess. It's like, because it's a sign of health, it means like my body is getting to a state where it feels like it can, ovulate and kind of resume hormone levels, But ever since I got it back, which was like this last year, it has been irregular as hell and early as hell all the time. And so it's like, I just never know when to expect it.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, and it lasts about a week every time, which is fine, I guess. But I just wish it wasn't so soon. I'm like, give me a longer break than like 2 or 3 weeks, my God.
That's kind of how mine was a little bit before this last baby, where it was like kind of coming earlier. And I'd be like, did you just get off your period? Like, what's happening?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly how Chad is. He's like, no way, dude. There's no way. Like, you were just.
Yeah.
What is this phenomenon?
My period used to be like 2 or 3 days, and then it started to be like a week and then a couple, a week and a couple days. Yeah. But for the most part, it was still like, it would still like, I could feel it always coming,
Yes, yeah.
But then there was a month where it didn't show up at all.
Gee, I wonder why.
Here we are. No, it's so crazy, man.
It is kind of funny because the period, obviously isn't there when you're pregnant, and then it can take it's like kind of different for everyone, where like sometimes it's like a couple months after you give birth. Some people it's not until you stop breastfeeding and stuff. So
right, yeah.
I honestly like can't really remember my first period after I had Raya, but it's weird. It's weird going so long without it, and I mean you obviously know so, but
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I'll admit that there was some nice, there was some niceness to not having to worry about it and not having to think about it and not getting those cramps regularly. Like sometimes I would still almost get like pseudo cramps, you know, like it was almost like my body was trying to, but then nothing would happen. But yeah, just not thinking about it, not ever having to spend money on pads and tampons was great. I mean, there was a cool factor to that.
Yeah.
Because the pink tax is real, bro. I mean, like, shit can add up, especially if your period lasts a week.
Well, you know, I will say after you give birth, like, you're bleeding and stuff, and so, but you're bleeding so much that you're just, like, wearing a diaper, and then I was like, why don't I just, like, wear diapers at night when I'm, like, really heavily bleeding, you know? Because, like, I feel like, you know, sometimes with the pads, like, it would either, like, bleed off the pad when you're asleep, you know, or whatever.
Like it would, like, fold in some weird way or stick to itself.
Or stick to your thigh or whatever.
Yeah, I hate that.
And I was like, maybe I should just, like, keep these.
Yeah, dude. Have them on deck. I mean,
like,
I think that's honestly
can't bang tonight, baby, because I'm wearing my diaper for tonight. I'm bleeding profusely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. It's the worst. I would give anything just to have like a lighter period, like 4 days max kind of thing. That was just less heavy, because it's always ridiculous.
Do you track like do you track like your ovulation and stuff?
Yeah, well, not my ovulation exactly, but just that I just track how long I have it each month and when it hits. Because once I started noticing that it was coming earlier, then I started tracking it, like, I think it was like 7 months ago or whatever. And yeah, like I said, it's just been earlier and earlier every time. And I'm like, I just don't like it. And and I've had different endometriosis issues, and so it's like it's just always mad painful. And it's like, you know, I mean, like, a lot of the time, like, it can be so painful that women like get like nauseous and stuff, and you've been talking about that lately. And so, like, that element isn't necessarily all that different from my norm, but having nausea on top of the cramping and whatever is just crazy. And then, like, I mean, whenever I'm on it too, I'm like craving protein like a motherfucker. Like, I'm just like ravenous for meat. Carrying my beefsteaks everywhere.
But not Chad's.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh my God. No. Is this the conversation you expected us to be having?
I know, and honestly, I'll admit something right now. So when I'm on my period, I mean, well, so sex actually feels so much better because like you're more sensitive.
It's like a massage.
Yes, and it's like a massage. Yeah. And so, like, it actually really helps the cramps, and that's why Chad is an MVP. Because, like, without it, I mean, it's just brutal, man. And especially, like, coming off the surgery or whatever, I didn't really want to exercise, and sometimes exercise can help the cramps too. And so it's just like,
so y'all just fucked.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
Took care of it.
It's so funny. Like, it's funny being sisters, because it's like, with best friends, like, I feel like I can, like, have these combos and feel chill.
Yeah.
But as sisters, I'm like, yeah. Like, let me, like, not think about this, like, as you're telling me, but, like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's hilarious. But I will say, like, I wish that generally, like, women were just, like, as sensitive as they are, like, not on their period, you know, as they are when they are on their period.
Well, some dumb bitch ate an apple, and apparently that's why we're all fucked. So, according to the stories that I'm told.
Man,
as told by Josh's mom.
Oh, goodness.
That one time when we were sitting on his patio.
I remember. Yeah, that was an experience. But yeah, I mean, that recent poem, I haven't posted, like, spoken word in a really long time, but this one was one that I wrote in the middle of the night the other night, and it just kind of, like, I was like, I think I need to post this one. And I just put it like, this is for the Christians who have been misled and fear-mongered into forgetting the second highest commandment, love thy neighbor. And yeah, it's a weird freaking thing, but I mean, I kind of end it by saying like that spiritual war that you're fighting and losing starts and ends in you. Because it's like if we're talking about God being love or whatever, I mean, if you're festering all this hatred all the time, you are losing a spiritual war within yourself. You'd like that, and the hatred is winning, you know, and it's like, that's not good for you either, fam. Like, it's like, as much as it's not good for the people around you, the people that you're hating, it's really just not good for you too. So
I need Rhonda to open a church where she does sermons and talks just exactly how she talks. And she's like, that's not good for you, fam. Jesus ain't about that life.
Oh, that would be so
I'd go to
fun.
that sermon, and I'm not even religious.
There was actually this one, like.
No, it has to be you. It's too cringy if it's someone else.
Well, there was like a pastor who would say like "dude" a lot throughout his stuff.
He would say "do it,"
dude.
Oh, okay.
and dude and man, he would sprinkle that in a lot throughout it, and for whatever reason, I found that to be very relatable, and I was like, oh, maybe I could talk like
but
myself.
yours would still be better because you would cuss too.
Yeah,
too,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
Like, you ain't about that shit.
Stop
He
it.
said, love thy neighbor, god damn it.
Truly though, it's like I don't know where that gets lost on people.
Ron's just like, do y'all remember what Jesus said? Listen to his words.
Yeah, well, and the title of that poem is A Good Spear or whatever, and Chad kind of like led me to that name because when I read it to him before I posted anything, he was like it's very sharp, like it has like a deliberate like edge to it as far as different holes that you're poking in their logic or whatever. And so, but my name means a good spear. Rhonda means a good spear, and so
how did I never know that?
Yeah, well, so there's a couple different meanings for it with like Welsh and Irish or whatever, but it can also mean noisy and tempestuous.
What's tempestuous mean?
It means like very volatile, like stormy kind of
Shit.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you feel like you resonate with that part or
Listen to her music.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
I do think that there is an emotional storminess as far as like what I like to express
You're also
and whatever.
You're also a Cancer, so
Yes, exactly. So
there's
yeah,
that.
that's fitting. But a good spirit's funny. Like I never related to that until I was doing that poem, and I was like, oh, maybe I do like that meaning.
And what origin did you pull it from?
I think that one is the Welsh
Welsh
one, like South Wales or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, or it might be Celtic. Well, I think the Welsh one is the noisy.
Celtic? You mean
or
Celtic?
Celtic? Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. My brain and pronunciations really gets fucked up sometimes. But yeah, I think it was Celtic. Do y'all know what y'all's names mean?
No. Oh, well, no. I think I looked mine up one time and it was like
Let's see.
ashwood of a tree or something. I don't know.
Really? That's very like elven
I
sounding.
I feel like I had looked it up and I was underwhelmed. I was like, whatever.
Well, that was me with a good spear way back in the day too. But like, if I use the metaphor as something to kind of poke holes in different things, I'd like it.
Mine doesn't have a Celtic origin, but the Greek meaning is like defender, protector, helper.
Wow, that's
I feel like
so
it was
accurate.
accurate.
That's
Yeah.
accurate as hell, dude. Yeah, the girls did our engagement shoot this weekend, and they were the best. Book Ashlyn Benson visuals, and
Well,
Alexis
some
might be
results.
assisting.
Exactly, yes, and because she is a great freaking assistant, I think.
Yeah,
It couldn't
absolutely.
have gone better. Like we didn't have like a fully set out plan in mind, but we found like the perfect spots. I feel like it I think
And they're
ended up-
gonna look so
Yeah,
well,
dude.
the best part was that it felt magical. It felt good. Like, and because
The weather, I mean, definitely
Was
added an element. It was
I know,
like,
and then
my
literally
God.
the next day it was like cold
Shit.
as hell.
Yeah.
And I was,
It was
like,
literal shit the next day.
and it was like, I mean, it just all aligned that day for it to be really nice and really good. So yeah, Ashlyn Benson visuals. She has more than reasonable rates. So
Featuring
good.
Alexis.
Yeah, and if we don't,
Yes,
we probably
exactly.
won't put him in this episode because it might not be done by that time. But either in the next episode, maybe we'll put like
We'll definitely post a little teaser.
or something.
Yes, dude, that would be awesome. That would be so freaking cool. I know the chat's really excited to see them too.
Good.
But yeah, and they were being so funny too, and just making us feel so comfortable. And I think that's exactly what you need from a photographer.
Hell yeah.
It's half the job. I think that's why it's like it coincides well with like doing stand up and stuff. Cause,
Oh, for sure.
you know, just trying to, you know, it's like if you like as the photographer act the fool, then then they feel more comfortable.
Yes,
you know, where it's
exactly.
Yeah,
just
to
like,
be silly and free.
yeah, you're like this is just like you
This is
know.
just
We're just
pals
having fun.
palling around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so serious.
Yeah, dude. And it is so funny too, because it's like you and I like grew up a lot of the time like just like doing all of these, well really all of us, we would just do these little photo shoots for fun, you know. Like I did the makeup tattoo on Alexis's back. You did her hair like badass and
Yeah, that
took
was
all
dope.
these really cool pictures and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, I've realized that so many of our creative outlets or whatever have really all built up to this place of like being so good, like serving us in all these different ways, including within this podcast and stuff, you know. Like it's so funny and so cool.
I know, and it's funny because like I'll never forget, but I have forgiven of like when my dad, like I told my dad at like 17 or 18 where I was like, yeah, I think like I want to like try photography or whatever. Because I think I was thinking of going to school for photography at the time. And he was like, well, don't you think you would have picked up a camera by now? And it's just funny because I didn't even like combat that at the time, but it's like we'd been taking pictures since
Forever.
we had like a freaking little
access.
camera.
Yeah.
You know? And like, but also it's not like we ever like, I don't even know if he ever saw those pictures, you know, like it's not like we showed it to him because
Right.
we're
Exactly.
modeling and we're not going to show our dad our model pictures. You know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I mean, he was entirely oblivious.
yeah, he just didn't know, which is also hilarious. Just, I mean, he was working a lot, you know. So.
Yeah.
That's just a very dad thing to say. I'm sure my dad would have said the same
100%.
thing.
Yeah, it's so funny though, because like I think about those little versions of us, and like if we only knew like how much all of this shit would culminate
Right.
into this
Yeah.
really cool shit.
Yeah, it is like because it is funny because I mean like as I got into photography, it's like I didn't even fully like think about it until I like looked back because we were doing like we were editing pictures on this thing called like Monkey Pics or
Something,
Pic
yeah.
Monkey. Before you know I knew of Photoshop and
Right.
all of that, and like we just
Started from the bottom, now we here.
shit, dog. And yeah, Alexa. Well, and then when I was going to that other park by my parents' house, I was like, oh yeah, like one of my first photo shoots was with Alexis here, you know, and doing your makeup all
Yeah.
cool and stuff, and
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I mean, these two were like my little guinea pigs, my little models. I was like,
I know
yes.
she would like do our hair and stuff too sometimes, and do it like way better than I knew how to do a lot of the time. And like, I mean, she would like do our makeup and make us look badass. And
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
like doing all the jobs where it's like starting, you know, like, okay, let's do the hairstylist. Okay, now the makeup stylist. I just
And
put
then
on the
the
different hats.
photographer.
And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like really enjoyed taking pictures of both you guys too, because I remember taking pictures of you where you looked like a freaking model when it was like I think you were still in high school, but it was like just different pictures up against the wall or whatever. I was getting
With
all
like
these
the record
different-
wall.
Yeah, I was getting all these like different angles and stuff, and
And like at the fair in
oh,
San Antonio.
yeah.
Or no, Alexis was there, so it wasn't in San Antonio. Or maybe I wasn't. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different. Because I was like, I know you guys have pictures.
At the
Oh,
fair,
yeah.
Yeah,
Those
I
are on
think-
my Facebook.
yeah. I think those were ones that her mom took.
Yeah. But there was when we went in San Antonio, we did
Yes.
some at the fair too.
Yeah, and I got a lot of really cool pictures back then. And in San Antonio, actually, was probably when I started really leaning into more of the photography-esque photos and stuff, because I was taking pictures of everybody I knew. I mean, like the people that I actually liked there and connected with, I was taking pictures of them all the time. I was taking pictures of different like still life stuff.
It is funny how like I mean even at like just now as I've been getting older, I was like, oh, you guys also have like very similar interests as me as well. You know, like
100%, yeah.
where you know you guys were always like interested in like kind of the same things,
Like the visual arts and
Yeah.
all of that. And well, it's really cool too with Chad. Like we've almost been having this parallel play throughout like all of our break while I'd had the surgery or whatever, where I would be like painting and doing stuff. He would be like making music on the computer in the same room or whatever, and then he'd go to a game, and then I'd go to like embroidery and it was just like this really cool shit. And he's been kind of brainstorming about different video ideas for some of his music and stuff too, and like it sounds really freaking cool. And like now that we both have good cameras on our phone, we're like, we can do this.
Yes.
And it's so nice having a new phone, bro. I think maybe I'd mentioned it in the last one, I'm not sure, but I had a 6 and that thing was going out so hard. It just didn't want to work anymore, and all the apps were like, this is past your iOS. And when I took it to the Apple store, they were like, yeah, you can't trade this in, but we can recycle it for free.
They're like, we can throw it in our dumpster in the back, like if you want.
And honestly, I just kept it, and I was like, I'll just kind of leave it
Save
as a
it as a
backup.
relic.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll one day be in a museum. It's funny, like I had went to a museum in like Washington or whatever, and like you had like the little iPods, like the first ones are in there.
Oh my God.
And it is, you're just like, oh, am I as old as the dinosaurs? Is that right?
And the reflection in the glass is like, yeah, bitch, it is, right? And you're like, oh God, oh yeah, it's right.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be at this old, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have survived. We have made it this far.
Well, speaking of making it this far, we've made it 1 hour and 15 minutes into this episode.
Hell yeah,
that's pretty damn good.
Thank you for hanging out with us this one. You know,
if you've made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, we kept it quite a bit lighter, and I liked it for this episode.
I do like that.
I like to have
needs
some
some light ones.
alternations.
Yeah.
We've got a good little toss them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, dude.
This is the life.
Aww. Yeah, bro. We'll probably be checking about that. Maybe we'll get back into it whenever we actually watch it. But
yeah, I think it's like March 23rd or something.
Okay, word. Well, we freaking love you, dudes. Please leave a comment. We've been seeing more comments lately, and that's fucking cool. Yeah, subscribe. Listen on Spotify if you're
Click
into
that like button.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.